Hi! Welcome to Safe Space Live!
Let us know how you're doing today.
Comment in the various live chats.
Whether you're Wednesday.
Yeah, whether you're Instagramming or YouTubing, however you might be joining us today. We are happy to see. Well, we can't really see you. We always say this.
Hi, Tom.
But we're glad to be with you.
Yeah, in whatever form this
virtual
may be.
means. How are you, Hattie?
Good. Yeah, this week's been busy. Really busy.
Has it been busy? What have you been busy doing, Hattie?
Well, actually, I've had lots of meetings.
Exciting?
That wasn't too exciting. But we are in more schools, which is great.
Shout out to two dogs, La.
Cool.
All right. Cool.
We've been in more schools, which is great.
We have.
Because as much as you might not be excited about it, we're excited about being in school.
Because we get to see people.
Yeah.
It's our job. And we see people and it's great.
What?
Yeah.
And
we got hoodies. Safe Space hoodies.
Yeah.
Which you
probably see backwards.
But
that's okay.
Because the camera works backwards, which there you go. Anyway. So what have you been doing, Hattie, other than meetings? Not much, just meetings.
Yeah. No, it's been a bit meeting heavy, a bit boring.
Yeah. Oh, there's something special happening
tomorrow,
this week, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, we are having our wedding anniversary.
We are 4 years.
4 years. Congratulations to us.
Yeah, thank you. Stop it.
Oh,
so we're going out for curry. Yes.
We are.
Because we can actually go to real life places.
Yeah.
To be fair, the weekend was more exciting. So this week's been a bit like meetings. Ugh. But the weekend was exciting because my mum came to stay.
That was nice. Yeah.
Which is good.
You probably don't find that exciting
either. No, it was exciting for me because I've not seen her very much. And we went out for food and we went out for coffee and did normal people things. And it was really nice. Normal people things.
Funny how they let us do that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, so are we ready to get going with
stuff?
Should we get going with stuff? Okay, it's time for our host challenge.
Ooh. What's our host challenge?
For our host challenge, Hetty, we have a quiz.
Ooh, we haven't had a quiz for ages.
I know.
Okay, you know how I like
exciting.
A quiz.
Yeah.
I wonder if it'll be a quiz that I'm actually good at though, because some I am and some I am really not. Like really badly.
Well, this quiz, Hetty, is all about the law.
Oh well, I watch lots of law-based programs on like Netflix and stuff. Will that help me?
I don't think that will help you at all. Because this quiz is about bizarre laws.
Okay, not gonna have a clue here. Yeah.
Weird laws.
Yeah.
Are they laws or are they not?
Okay.
So I'm gonna. I've pulled these all off the internet, and they could well just not be right at all.
True.
So first one.
Yeah.
It is illegal to shoot. No, it is legal, as in you can do this apparently.
Yeah.
It is illegal to shoot a Welshman with a longbow within the walls of York on a Sunday. Is that a real law or a fake law? True or false law? What do you think?
I feel like it could have been true once upon a time, but I feel like it's false because surely it's just illegal to kill people either way.
It is indeed a fake law.
Phew!
It's something that people have often say is like,
it's true, but it's not.
But it's really not. Misconception.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
Yeah.
It is legal to keep a pigsty on the street in front of your house if you have been awarded the freedom of Yeovil. Yeovil's a place near Bath or Bristol.
Been awarded the freedom of Yeovil.
Yeah. That's like a thing that people give you, like as a prestigious, like you have the freedom of Southport.
Oh, so you can have pigs. Yeah, why not? Yeah, go on.
Wrong!
Oh.
Wrong.
It's not legal.
As far as they're aware, being awarded the freedom of Yeovil does not enable you to keep a pigsty in front of your house. The circumstances under which you can build a pigsty in front of your house are probably limited to private land ownership.
Right.
And even then, why?
Yeah, that is a valid point. I don't really want to do that.
Why would you do that? Okay.
No.
It is illegal to handle salmon in suspicious circumstances. Real or fake?
What are suspicious circumstances?
I don't know.
We haven't had any real ones. I'm going to go real. There must be something that's real.
It is correct.
Hey!
The Salmon Act of 1986 specifically forbids handling salmon in suspicious circumstances.
Right, yeah. So...
Don't know what that would involve.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of suspicious circumstances.
I personally don't want to know what that involves.
Like if you're at a train station and you leave a bag.
Yeah.
You know how like that's kind of suspicious,
yeah.
and they're like, oh, someone's left a bag. Yeah. Just check it.
So if you're in a
what
train
if it's a bag of salmon?
And someone's handling some salmon. Well, if it's in a bag, you're not handling it, are you?
Oh yeah.
You're carrying it in a bag.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know then.
Okay.
Move on.
It is illegal to be in charge of a cow while drunk.
Ooh. Okay.
What do we think?
I feel like it should be illegal, but I feel like it's not.
It is illegal.
Oh, right, okay.
If you're going to be in charge of a cow, you should not be drunk.
Is it like an
there's
animal...
something in the Licensing Act of 1872 which makes it illegal to be drunk while in charge of any highway or other public space, of any carriage, horse, cattle, steam engine, or of being drunk when in possession of loaded firearms.
What about cycling?
No, doesn't say that. Well, actually...
Do you know about that?
I do, yeah.
Is that legal or illegal?
You can be fined up to £2,000
really?
for cycling without due care and attention.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Knows his highway code.
I do.
Carry on.
It is an act of treason to kill a swan.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Wrong.
Oh, I thought it was true.
There is a small bit of truth.
Okay.
Because it is illegal to kill a swan.
Are they protected by the Queen or something?
Yes, and the Queen owns all the swans in the land.
Wow.
Is what people often say. However, it's not actually true. Oh. She only claims swans on the River Thames.
Okay.
And it's illegal to kill those. But it's not actually treasonous.
Okay.
It's not an act of treason, but it's very naughty.
It's very naughty. Don't hurt
kill
swans.
the Queen's swans on the River Thames. And don't kill any other swans either. That's very naughty. It's illegal to import potatoes into England from Poland.
I don't know. I've not really looked at where our potatoes come from.
Have you not?
No. True.
It is true. Yeah, there are some exceptions, but the Polish Potatoes Order of 2004 makes it illegal for someone to import into England potatoes which he knows to be or has reasonable cause to suspect to be Polish.
Okay. Interesting.
Bit strange.
It is a bit strange. Well, I did all right.
We're not finished yet.
We're not finished.
It is illegal for MPs to wear armour in Parliament.
Yeah, illegal.
Yeah, it is.
Good.
Yeah.
Then
in all Parliament, treatises and other assemblies which should be made from the realm of England.
The realm of England.
That every man should come without all force and armour.
Oh.
So it's not even just for MPs. Anyone shouldn't go wearing armour to the Houses of Parliament. If you're ever visiting, don't try and wear armour.
I won't. I don't have any.
For you.
So it's not gonna.
No, we don't have that. No. I've got a plastic shield.
Oh yeah.
It's a
you
prop.
Look like a child.
I would look like a child.
Bless.
Yeah.
To a museum.
Yeah. Like, does plastic armour count?
Probably not.
Probably not. It's not actually armour. It's not going to protect you. No.
So
there we go.
Now?
What now?
What now?
Well, it is time for our recommended highlight of the week.
That was loud.
Ooh.
But our neighbour heard that one.
Yeah. She loves it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
She's going, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, it is. Doesn't talk like that.
No,
so there we go.
No,
yes, the recommended highlight of the week.
Yeah.
Let's see, this week on Instagram and on YouTube channel, I shared our weekly recommendation.
You did.
Which was a little bit inspired by the memorial of George Floyd and everything that happened this time last year. Mm-hmm. And so I thought I would share Kid Presidents, bit classic KP.
Good.
The Martin Luther King video he did, all about Martin Luther King. So if you've not seen it, go and check that out because it's really good. Because I find Martin Luther King's story incredibly inspirational.
No, it's true. Like, it's one of those stories that kids all learn in school.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why. There's a reason why we always talk about him as a really good person in history.
Yeah, absolutely. And like one of the things, just to sort of sum up, I guess, one of the things that he's really inspired is a movement of racial justice.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of why we had a bit of a quiz about the laws because of justice, you know.
Yeah.
And so it got me thinking, Hetty, because we like to have a bit of a think and a chat about our highlight of the week, don't we?
True, we do.
And so thinking of things that aren't just, like thinking about justice and injustices. Yeah. What injustices do you see in the world, and how do they make you feel?
Ooh.
If you've got any thoughts, do add them to one of the live chats.
Question.
What injustices do you see, and how do they make you feel? It'd be very easy to list off.
There's a lot. There is a lot.
Quite a lot.
I think this kind of severity between rich and poor.
Yes.
Like that the fact that some people are so poor and can't afford to eat.
Yeah.
And yet there are some people that are so rich that can have absolutely anything they want at any time.
Yeah.
Like, that just feels unfair, how big that gap is.
Yeah.
Like, even when you look at footballers and how much they're paid, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It is utterly ridiculous. Like, yes, they do something that provides fun for a lot of people, but that's it. Like, they provide fun for people. And yes, I like football, but I really don't think that they should be paid quite so much because it's just
and it makes you I guess angry about that, really, doesn't it? It's like that's not okay.
Like the fact that Marcus Rashford, somebody like that, has stepped forward to do something about that poverty gap is really important because he's using the fact that, you know, he gets paid a lot to make a difference to children who don't have a lot, which I think is amazing, and I think more people should do things like that.
That's really good, yeah.
Any others you can think of that
me
come to mind in particular?
I think, racism is a big thing, obviously, that we're talking about. Yeah. But I think gender and stuff around that.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of injustice within history as to how people have been treated differently because of gender, and still statistically, like the pay gap and everything between men and women and all that kind of stuff. Like, I feel like as a guy, that's something I should speak up about and I should care about. Yeah. Because, like, when you're the person who's being unjustly treated by, like, societal injustices and whatever, it's hard for you to speak out, or you're not in the privileged position to speak out. And so those that are should be doing it, and they should care about that, and you should feel that compassion, really.
I think something that has annoyed me recently, particularly in our area, is some of the conversation around refugees as well. Yeah. It's really got to me because, like, our community is so diverse. Like, where we live is really diverse, and I think that is absolutely beautiful. Yet, within our community, we had a lot of asylum seekers coming to stay during the pandemic so that they could have a safe place to be. Yeah. And yet, there were some people that were absolutely incredible. So, like, today, there was an article online about volunteers from Christchurch who spent some time with the asylum seekers and really helped them. Through different ways, and that was such a really positive article showing how people can care about each other, and yet some people were commented on it saying just awful things.
You read the comments?
Yeah, well, I know.
But you looked for the keyboard warriors.
But they do, don't they? They do. The first comment is something negative about, like, all these misconceptions that are just not real. Yeah, and it just frustrates me so much.
Karen was on it, was she?
Yeah, that there's so much, like.
And the other Karen.
So much that's not true that's out there, and people just believe it without even reading up on it and that kind of stuff.
And so what do you think are helpful ways that we can respond when we see injustice?
With injustice, it's always about people. That's the thing. And so for me, I'm like, actually, we need to talk to those people and not just be like, oh, I think this is what they're thinking and feeling. Oh, isn't it difficult for them?
And by talk to, actually, you mean listen.
Have a conversation with someone, but predominantly listen to their story, listen to their experiences, listen to what's happened in their life, because that way we can understand people, and we can only really make steps to help people if you know what they need help with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's important.
I think a lot of people, when they see injustice, they feel the passion and the anger of that, but often don't go about acting in the best way.
Yes.
Like they can go. Sometimes people go about it in a way that is very conflicting, and they will. Yeah, it kind of like it just adds to the sort of disparity, the distance between the two parties and what
like fighting violence with violence.
Yeah, fighting violence with violence, that kind of thing.
Doesn't help,
and like even the idea when people talk about racism and standing against racism, like I often wonder, is there a difference between the term anti-racist and anti-racism? Because we're standing against racism. Yeah. We're not standing against those people who are being racist. Like we want to help them.
Good point.
Help them understand where racism features in society and where that's wrong.
I agree.
And by fighting violence with violence, kind of thing, it doesn't help. What we want is redemption.
Yeah.
And redemption requires almost an approach of grace, which that grace leads to change, and it leads to change in people. So like if you look at like the Christian message of Jesus, like the idea of Jesus dying on the cross was for redemption. It was an act of grace, it was an act of forgiveness, a redemption between God and people. It wasn't like the people expected Jesus to come as like this warrior, and that he'd go around with a battle axe chopping off heads and stuff. But what he did was so much more deep, so much more powerful. And I just find that inspiring. That whatever we do, we need to care about the people, and we need to be inspiring justice in people. And a lot of people, that's really difficult to do. Other people, it's a lot easier to do. But the way to do it is by voicing the concerns. It's by listening. It's about having the conversation, which is why I like having this conversation. So, one last thing. What inspires you about Martin Luther King?
I think the fact that one person has made such a difference to so many other people.
Oh yeah,
and it's the inspirational thing that it just takes one person.
Yeah.
Like I just think that's incredible that one person can change the course of history.
Yeah.
And so what could we do if lots of us played our part? If lots of us did something, like that's what inspires me.
Yeah. I like that he understood community.
Yeah.
And he understood the power of bringing purpose to people.
Yeah.
Like he didn't just give a speech so that so people would listen and be like, oh yeah, don't like racism, let's stop that. He gave people a purpose. He gave them something to live for.
Yeah.
He gave them a cause that they could get behind, which has lasted, and it's transformed what was a much more victimised community. Still is very victimised, but like he gave purpose to people, and that transforms lives.
Yeah.
And I think like something I take away from thinking about Martin Luther King that I want to apply to my life is to be someone that brings purpose.
Yeah.
Like someone who stands up for justice and has that conversation, but in doing so brings purpose to others. That purpose being making this world a better place.
Yeah.
So there you go.
There we go.
There's a conversation about Martin Luther King for you.
That's the one.
Right, what have we got next?
I don't know.
It's the 1 minute waffle.
The 1 minute waffle.
Wow. How exciting.
Yeah.
This is where you make me waffle about stuff. What are we going to waffle about today?
Because it is like half term coming up.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
So next week is Tabs' birthday. And we're going to go and have a couple of nights away together.
Like, Instagram us.
And we're going to go to our favourite Chinese restaurant. Okay, so you're going to do a 1 minute waffle about Chinese food.
Chinese food?
Oh
my word. Okay.
Particularly at Sweet Mandarin in Manchester.
Okay.
We can talk about that.
Right.
Okay, 1 minute waffle.
You.
I don't have the. Wasn't quite ready. Wasn't quite ready. You touched the thing.
Oh, it needs my fingerprint.
Here
we go.
Okay, so 1 minute waffle. Particularly thinking about Sweet Mandarin, which is our favourite Chinese restaurant in Manchester. Okay. Off you go!
Right, this goes to you, Sweet Mandarin in Manchester.
Yeah.
I really like Chinese food. Chinese food is probably one of my very favourite cuisines. I really like the sort of sticky Chinese food. Like, I know that proper Chinese food, like proper authentic Chinese food, doesn't quite involve all of that kind of stuff. It's more like the soups and the more veggie kind of stuff. But I really like sticky, crispy beef, like nice and deep fat fried. I love noodles. I'm more of a noodle person than a rice person. I know that's kind of something that people can never quite make their mind up about, and I know a lot of like some of our Chinese friends are like proper into their rice. There's there's like a perfect way to cook rice, and they got it down. We don't. But I just love going to a Chinese restaurant, sitting in a Chinese restaurant, and being like, "Hi, we want some Chinese food. It's going to be delicious." And we love it. And there you go.
That's your 1 minute waffle.
1 minute waffle.
Shout out to Sweet Mandarin.
Which you tried to interrupt
so good.
About Chinese food.
Sorry.
How good was that?
I love that we have different types of cuisines.
We do.
And we don't have to just eat like things that people used to eat many years ago in England. But that we have all these different cuisines that people have brought us from around the world.
I love going to a city. People find us a bit weird for many reasons. But one of them is that we like going for breaks in cities rather than like faraway lands and whatever. Because we just love eating out.
In Manchester.
Eating out, checking out new places. Yeah. Like it's nice. It's good fun. So that's what we're doing during half term. I don't know what you're doing during half term, but if you're having fun, have fun on us. If you're not having fun, sorry about that.
Oh, that's sad.
Do get back.
Try and have fun
with us on Safe Space Live, and maybe we can talk about that. Or if you're wanting to have fun, go to our YouTube channel and check out some of our YouTube videos. Or do other stuff that helps you to have fun, because life should be good. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it all the time, but we like creating a safe space where life can be good.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
And we can talk about that. So hopefully we'll see you again very soon. Have a great half term.
Bye.
Goodbye.